Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. For the past week, all of us have seen chaos engulf our beloved country. The violence and the destruction have been so overwhelming, so shocking and awful and vivid on the screen, that it's been hard to think clearly about what's going on. Most of us haven't been able to step back far enough to ask even the obvious questions. The most obvious, of course, is what is this really about? What do the mobs want? Well, the thugs looting the Apple store can't answer that question. They have no idea. They just want free iPads. But what about Apple itself and the rest of corporate America, which is enthusiastically supporting the rioters? What about members of Congress, the media figures, the celebrities, the tech titans, all of whom are cheering this on? What do they want out of it? Well, they haven't said. That's the central mystery. Now suddenly it is obvious. It should have been obvious the first day. This is about Donald Trump. Of course it is. We just couldn't see it. For normal people, Donald Trump is a president. You may like him, you may not like him, but either way, there will be another president at some point, and we will move on, as we always have. But for Donald Trump's enemies, there is nothing else. Everything is about Trump. Everything. Donald Trump defines their friendships, their careers, their marriages. Donald Trump affects how they raise their children. Trump occupies the very center of their lives. As long as Donald Trump remains in the White House, they feel powerless and diminished and panicked. They cannot be happy. In everything they do, their overriding goal is to remove Donald Trump from office. And that's exactly what they're trying to do now. That's what these riots are about. The most privileged in our society are using the most desperate in our society to seize power from everyone else. Got that? That's the nub of it. The most privileged are using the most desperate to seize power from the rest of us. They are not seeking racial justice. If they were seeking racial justice, they wouldn't be denouncing their fellow Americans for their race, which they are. It has nothing to do with it. What they are seeking is total control of the country. And it goes without saying that none of this has anything to do with George Floyd. Shame on those who pretended that it did, those who fell for the lie, and those who knew better but played along because they are cowards. There are many of those. You know who they are. And someday we will look back on all of them with contempt. Meanwhile, the many promoters of this chaos remain clear-eyed. They are not lying to themselves. They never do. They know exactly what's going on, and they know what they hope to achieve by it. With every night of rioting, they grow bolder. Now they are openly defending violence on television.
People